All of you can give your attendance in the chat box. I repeat, all of you can give your attendance in the chat box. So it is 9:35 a.m. We will not wait much time. Just give me a minute. Let me present my screen first. Can anyone confirm me whether my slides are visible or not?
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So, good morning to all of you. Before starting today's class, let me give you a brief recap of what we have covered in the last class. If you remember, in the last class, we discussed we discussed some methods to reduce stress concentration in any mechanical member, as well as we have seen how to calculate the values of stress concentration factor when a member is subjected to different types of loading conditions by the use of design data book. So with the we will take the reference of the previous class, and in today's class we will try to solve design problems related to stress concentration factor. I hope all of you are having that design data book with you. Fine. Okay, so let us solve the first design problem related to stress concentration. Let us read the problem. The problem is a flat plate subjected to a tensile force of 5 kilonewton is shown in the figure. The plate material is grey cast iron Fg200 and factor of safety is 2.5. Determine the thickness of the plate. So what is given to you? A rectangular plate is given to you. This is a rectangular plate. This rectangular plate is subjected to a tensile force of 5 kilonewton on either side. This is 5 kilonewton along negative x direction, and this is 5 kilonewton along positive x direction. As a result of which, what will happen? The body or this member will fail in tension. That means tensile stress will be generated in this entire member. Thickness of the plate is how much? It is T. What I need, the plate material is made up of grey cast iron Fg200, and factor of safety which is applicable for this component is 2.5. What I need to determine? I need to determine the thickness of the plate. How thick will be the plate? That we need to determine. Is the question clear to you?
Yes,
Is the
sir.
Yes,
question
sir.
clear to you? Okay. So if you see in this question, can you tell me which one is the stress concentration region in this problem? Identify the stress concentration region in the problem. That means identify that particular section where the stress will be maximum, or from where this entire body can fail due to the application of this tensile load of 5 kilonewton. Can you identify?
Sir, the circular cross section.
Circular, that means the portion from where a hole is being drilled,
Yes, sir. Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes, sir. Center of
As
the
well
circle.
as no, it is partly correct and partly incorrect. A fillet is also there. Can you see the fillet?
Yes, sir.
Fillet is also there. That means in this problem there are two stress concentration regions are present. One is this whole section. From this section the entire component can fail due to this load 5 kilonewton, as well as the component can fail at this fillet section whose radius is 5. 5 is what? 5 is 15 mm. 5R. R means radius of this fillet is 15 mm. And this circular cross section is of 15 phi. What is this phi?
Diameter of the
Yes. This phi symbol represent diameter of this whole section. Width of the plate is given to you. This larger width of the plate is 45 mm and the smaller width of the plate is 30 mm. That means from this problem it is very much clear that either due to the application of tensile load of 5 kilonewton, the entire body can fail through this fillet section, or it may fail through this whole section. Fine. So by the use of stress concentration factor, we know that stress concentration factor Kt is what? It is nothing but the ratio of maximum stress to nominal stress. That means stresses are critical at 2 points. First point is the fillet point and second point is this whole cross section point. So 2 times you have to calculate the maximum stress. First you have to calculate the maximum stress for this fillet cross section. Secondly, you have to calculate the maximum stress for this whole cross section, because these are the two cross section where abrupt change in the cross section is occurring, and since the abrupt change in the cross section is happening, that means the entire the stress will be concentrated at these 2 points. Then out of these two regions, that means if you out of this fillet region as well as this whole region, you have to see that in which region stress is maximum, because as a design engineer I will be designing for maximum stress condition. Then I have to evaluate that maximum stress value with the permissible stress value of the problem. If I equate these two equations, I will get the value of thickness of the plate. Is the concept clear how we will be solving this problem? Any doubt in
Yes,
this?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So can you tell me what all things are given in the problem? That is, see, load is given in the problem. Load P is equal to 5 kilonewton or 5000 Newton. Now it has been given that the material of this plate is grey cast iron Fg200. That means which value is given to you? SYT or SUT?
Ultimate strength.
Yes, since grey cast iron is what? It is a brittle material, and I have told you in the very first module that normally grey cast iron is designated by Fg, then by a number, and that number is what? That is the ultimate strength of the material. That means the maximum possible strength that this material can hold or can withstand is 200 Newton per mm square. Always remember this Fg, whatever value is there, that is in Newton per mm square. If you write it in Newton per meter square, everything will be wrong. Fine. So the SYT value is 200 Newton per millimeter square. Factor of safety is also given to you, which is how much? Which is 2.5. So what I need to determine? I need to determine the thickness of the plate. So very first step of the problem is what? Very first step is calculation of permissible stress of the problem. Maximum permissible tensile stress that this entire body can withstand is how much? How we can calculate? We know that factor of safety, that is FOS, is what? It is nothing but failure stress divided by allowable stress or permissible stress. Fine. In this problem, failure stress is nothing but SUT, that is 200 Newton per millimeter square. Factor of safety is given to you in the problem, that is 2.5. I can get the value of sigma p, that is maximum permissible stress of the problem. Fine. So while designing the problem, you need to keep in mind that whatever stress, that means whatever maximum stress comes out for this whole section and for this fillet section, it should be either equal to or less than the value of permissible stress. Then only your design is safe, or else your design will fail. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Is it clear? कोई
Yes,
डाउट
sir.
किसी को यहाँ? Okay. So let us calculate the value of permissible stress, that is SUT by factor of safety. SUT is 200 divided by factor of safety is 2.5. If you solve it, you will get the permissible stress value to be 80 Newton per millimeter square. By this value, what I mean? I mean that the entire stress that the entire body can withstand is maximum 80 Newton per millimeter square, maximum permissible stress. Is it clear? Step number 1. कोई डाउट किसी को स्टेप नंबर 1 में?
No, sir.
Okay. Next is second step is what? Second step is I need to find the value of maximum stress generated in the problem due to stress concentration. From the diagram, it is very much clear that there are two regions of stress concentration. One is the whole region and second one is the fillet region. So the stresses will be critical at the whole region as well as at the fillet region. And by critical stress, I mean that the entire body can get fail either through this fillet region or through this whole region. So firstly, we will consider separately, we will consider this fillet region and see this fillet as well as this fillet both are identical, so we can analyze for any one fillet. The result will be same for the other fillet also. So for this particular fillet portion, we will find out the value of sigma max. Similarly, for this whole cross section, again we will find out the value of sigma max. Then we will see that which sigma max is higher. We have to take that sigma max value in design calculation and we will equate it with the maximum permissible stress value. So let us consider let us find out the maximum stress generated in the fillet cross section first. Okay, any doubt? कोई डाउट किसी को?
No, sir.
Okay, so if I consider the fillet cross section, that means my diagram will be somewhat like this. I am not considering whole section. Initially, I am solving or I am finding out the value of maximum stress generated due to fillet. That means this is the diagram. Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
And yesterday I have told you that if any member in which a fillet has been made and if that member is subjected to tensile loading, fine, then I know that this particular value is capital D. Fine. This particular value is small d. So can you guess from the diagram what is the value of capital D and what is the value of small d?
Sir, 45 to 30 mm.
Capital D is 45 width of the larger plate. Small d is 30 width of the smaller plate. If the plate is rectangular in cross section, if the plate is circular in cross section, then this capital D becomes diameter, small d becomes diameter. So I got capital D 45, small d 30. Fine. So now what I will do, I will go back to my design data book page. Fine. So there are many design data book graphs are available. Which graph I will select? So in this particular slide, can you tell me which graph I will select, or none of the graph is suitable for my problem to find out the value of KT?
Sir, second one.
Second one, let me see. It is a flat plate with a shoulder fillet in tension. Yes, same problem. See, the problem is same. It is a bar. Fine. Plate. Plate means a rectangular cross-section plate with a subjected to a tensile force with a shoulder fillet. That means this entire diagram matches this one. This second diagram of my design data book. Sorry, not this one. That is this one. Yes, this one. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Hello. See, this value is capital D, width of the larger plate. Small d is width of the smaller plate. That means capital D is how much? Capital D is 45 mm. Small d is how much? Small d is 30 mm. Fine. And I know that KT is what? KT is sigma max, say sigma max divided by sigma nominal. So by design data book, I will get the value of KT. This KT I have to multiply with the nominal stress, and I have told you in the last lecture that nominal stress is the stress which I find out from the concept of strength of material. So if this is the cross section, nominal stress will be how much? Load divided by cross sectional area. Now which area I have to take, whether I will take the larger width capital D or I will take the smaller width small d?
Sir, smaller width.
Smaller width, because if the area is less, then stress will be more, and in design I design any component for larger amount of stress. So I will not take this while writing the formula of nominal stress as over here. I will not take it as capital D. Fine, I won't take. I will take it as small d. So it is load divided by cross sectional area. Area is, for a rectangle, area is what? Width into thickness. Width is small d into thickness is t. Fine. So first of all, let us find out the value of KT. In order to find out the value of KT from this diagram, I need two things. First, I need the value of capital D by small d. So capital D is 45, small d is 30. Find out what is capital D by small d. कितना आता है? Capital D by small d is how much? 45 by 30. कितना आता है? 1.5. So अब आप देखो, बहुत सारा कर्व ग्राफ अवेलेबल है कैपिटल डी बाई स्मॉल डी का, तो कौन सा वाला ग्राफ मैं चूज करूंगा?
Sir, 1.5.
Yes, capital D by small d equal to 1.5. That means this is my capital D by small d equal to 1.5. That means this one, this second graph from the top, that I will choose. Is it clear? क्या ये clear है?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. So I got the value of capital D by small d. Now if I see in my x-axis, I am having small r by d. D already I know, small d, that is 30. And what is small r? If I see this diagram, small r is fillet radius. Now I have to go back to my question, and in question I have to see what is my fillet radius. What is my fillet radius in question? 5, not say r, the radius is 5. You say 5 mm. This particular value is in mm, because wait. Yes, this particular value is mm, 5 mm. Fine. So wait, somebody is joining. Yes. So in my question, it is 5 mm. That means small r is 5, small d is 30. You have to take the ratio small r by d. How much is small r by d coming? That is 5 by 30.
1:6.
So calculate. No, tell me in terms of points, because in graph, small r by d is in terms of points. Small r by d. Small r is 5 divided by small d is 30. In terms of points, tell me how much small r by d is coming.
0.16.
0.16. Okay, let me match with my value. That is small r. See, capital D by small d is 1.5. Small r by d 5 by 30, that is 0.167. Now corresponding to capital D by small d 1.5 and small r by d 0.167, in the y-axis, what is the value of kt? Let us find out. So it is 0.167 and capital D by small d is 1.5. So small r by d 0.167. So this is my 0.16. You can say this point, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Near about equal. That is not exactly equal to 0.16. 0.167 means towards right hand side. After 0.16, very much close. Fine. So yesterday I have told you how I will find out. So from 0.167, I will drop a straight vertical line up till capital D by small d 1.5. This is that particular point. From this point, I will go horizontally along negative x-axis. This particular value will be your value of kt, which is near about equal to 1.8. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So that is kt is 1.8. See, wait, this was the case. This is the value of small r by d. From small r by d, I will go till capital D by small d equal to 1.5. Fine. Then from this particular point, I have to go along negative x direction till this positive y-axis. This is that particular point. So, and y-axis is nothing but your kt. So the value of kt comes out to be how much? It is near about equal to 1.8. You can take it as 1.8. For someone, it can be 1.81. For someone, it can be 1.82. Fine. So I got the value of kt, that is kt equal to 1.8. So if I got the value of kt, I know that stress concentration factor kt is what? It is sigma max by sigma nominal. So sigma max will be kt into sigma nominal. And I also know that sigma nominal is what? It is p divided by d into t. P is 5 kilonewton, small d is 30 into t. So sigma naught will become 5 kilonewton means 5 into 10 to the power 3 newton divided by small d is 30 into thickness is t, and this t I need to find out. Fine. So multiply this sigma naught with kt. So you will get the value of maximum stress generated in the entire cross section due to fillet. And that sigma max, once you multiply the value of sigma naught with kt, it is coming out to be 300 by t Newton per millimeter square. Equation number 1. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Other people also please respond whether it is clear or not till equation number 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
The same procedure I have to follow for this whole section also, because the cross section in this problem is changing at 2 points. First, at the fillet point, there is an abrupt change in the cross section, and secondly, at the whole point. So, for fillet section, I have found out the value of maximum stress. Similarly, for this whole section also I need to find out what is the maximum stress generated. Fine. In that case, My diagram will be which diagram? It will be, now I will not consider this fillet portion. Now I will consider only the whole portion. You have to consider one by one at a time. You cannot consider both the things at a time. Fine. So now my plate is this plate. This is my plate. This will be my plate in which you have cut a hole. Yes or no? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. होगा कि नहीं होगा? So this is my flat plate in which a hole has been drilled and the plate is subjected to tensile force of 5 kilonewton. So if you remember in the last lecture I have told you, that means which so in order to find out the value of KT for this whole section, which graph is suitable? Whether in this slide any graph is there that is suitable to find out the value of KT?
Sir, first one.
Yes, left side graph. See, a flat plate with a central hole. This particular length is the width of the plate. So in our case, the width of the plate will be 30. See, in our case, this width is how much? This is the width, and that value of width is how much? 30. So in place of W, I will replace 30. And what is D? Can you tell me what is D?
Sir, D is 30 mm.
D, small d. This is the diagram. Small d is nothing but this A. See the equation
Yes,
of
sir.
nominal stress. P divided by width minus the amount of hole which you have drilled, dia of the hole which you have drilled. Here the dia of the hole is A. I have replaced this A by small d. So this small d is not 30. This small d is how
15.
much? This small d
15.
is
15.
Sir,
15.
15. 5
This
given
small d
15.
is 15. So 30 minus 15 into T. T I need to find out. P is what? P is 5 kilonewton. You can get the value of nominal stress. Now this nominal stress value you have to multiply with stress concentration factor KT, and in order to find out the value of stress concentration factor KT, if you see in the x-axis you have the value A by W. Since A is nothing but the dia of the hole, which is small d, that is D by W, width of the plate. And in my problem, D is how much? The dia of the hole is how much? It is
Sir,
15
15.
mm. So this D will be 15, and the value of W is how much? Value of W is 30, that is width of the plate.
Sir,
See,
45.
30
Oh, yes.
width of the plate. 45 तो फिलेट पे है. अगर आप फिलेट को लोगे तो वो क्रॉस सेक्शन लोगे. हम तो फिलेट की बात नहीं, फिलेट का तो हमने कर लिया कैलकुलेट. अभी जो आपने होल ड्रिल किया है वो तो 30 mm विड्थ ऑफ द प्लेट पे आपने ड्रिल किया है, ना कि 45 पे ड्रिल किया है. तो विड्थ क्या होगा आपका? विड्थ हो जाएगा 30. So it will be, the nominal stress value will be what? P divided by W minus D into T. P is 5 kilonewton divided by width is 30 minus D. D is what? Depth of the hole, that is 15 into T Newton per millimeter square. Is it correct? This sigma naught value, कोई डाउट किसी को? कोई डाउट है किसी को?
No, sir.
Fine, okay. So I got the value of sigma naught. Fine. Now I need to find out the value of what? I need to find out the value of KT. So if you see, my small d is how much? My small d is 15 and width of the plate W is 30. If you solve it, you will get small d by W 0.5. That means this A by W, because A is the dia of the hole. A is 15, W is 30. So 15 by 30 is 0.5. 0.5. So this is my 0.5. From this point, I have to go vertically upward till this curve. So this vertical line is touching this curve at this point. From this particular point along negative x direction, I have to draw a horizontal line. Fine. So this particular value will be your stress concentration factor Kt, and that Kt comes out to be near about equal to 2.15, because this is 2.0, this is 2.2, near about equal to 2.15. For some persons, for some people, it can be 2.16, 2.14, 2.13, not an issue. Fine. So let us assume Kt equal to 2.15. So once we have calculated the value of Kt, that is 2.15 or 2.16. Now Kt is what? Stress concentration factor Kt is sigma max by nominal stress sigma naught. So maximum stress generated is Kt into sigma naught. Kt we know 2.16 into sigma naught for this whole cross section is 5 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 30 minus 15 times of T. If you solve it, the maximum stress generated due to abrupt change in the cross section due to a hole is 720 by T Newton per millimeter square. Equation number 2. Is it clear? कोई
Yes,
doubt?
sir.
कोई doubt है किसी को?
No, sir.
Okay, so now for whole cross section, maximum stress generated is 720 by T Newton per millimeter square, and for fillet cross section, maximum stress generated is 300 by T Newton per millimeter square. That means the entire body or this entire component will fail from the maximum stress generated point. So which one is the maximum stress? Whether that is at the fillet cross section the stress is maximum, or at the whole cross section stress is maximum. Equation number 1 is the maximum stress at the fillet cross section, and equation number 2 is the maximum stress generated at the whole cross section. कहाँ से फेल करेगा? होल के क्रॉस सेक्शन से फेल करेगा कि फिलेट से फेल करेगा? हेलो, कहाँ से फेल करेगा? सिग्मा मैक्स is 300 by T Newton per millimeter square. Sigma max for whole is 720 by T Newton per millimeter square. कहाँ से फेल करेगा? जहां पे स्ट्रेस मैक्सिमम होगा. तो कहाँ पे स्ट्रेस मैक्सिमम है? होल क्रॉस सेक्शन पे स्ट्रेस मैक्सिमम है या फिलेट क्रॉस सेक्शन पे स्ट्रेस मैक्सिमम है? कहाँ पे मैक्सिमम है?
Whole pay.
Yes, because this value 300 by T is smaller value, and this value 720 by T is higher value. Fine, whatever be the value of T, this value will be little bit high. From equation number 2, the maximum stress generated will be little bit high as compared to the maximum stress generated from equation number 1. That means the critical point for this particular problem is the whole cross section. From this particular point, the material can break very quickly. So I have to design the entire problem by keeping in mind this whole cross section. So this whole cross section maximum stress, that is 720 by T Newton per millimeter square, I have to equate it with the maximum permissible stress of the problem. That means whatever be the value of T, once you divide this value, that is 720 by T, if you divide that value should either be equal to or less than this 80 Newton per millimeter square. So once you equate this value with the maximum permissible stress value, that is 720 by T equal to 80. You will get the value of thickness of the plate to be 9 mm. So that means in order to, while designing the component, while designing this particular component, you have to keep the value of thickness T not less than 9 mm. Minimum 9 mm you have to give the thickness. Then only that particular plate will resist a load of 5 kilo Newton. Is it correct? This problem, is it clear? कोई doubt किसी को इस problem में?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. बाकी लोग को कोई doubt? Please reply whether.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. 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 Fine. So I hope you might have got an idea that how we proceed for a problem related to stress concentration. Fine. Let us solve some more problems. Let us solve the second problem. This is the unsolved problem of Bhandari. Read the problem. The problem is a round shaft made up of brittle material. A round shaft made up of brittle material and subjected to a bending moment of 15 Newton meter is shown in the figure. The stress concentration factor at the fillet is 1.5. That means this is the fillet. At this fillet, stress concentration factor is given to you 1.5, and the ultimate tensile strength of the shaft material, since the shaft is made up of brittle material and we know that brittle material fails at the ultimate strength point. That means SUT value is given to you. That is how much? That is 200 Newton per millimeter square. Determine the diameter small d, comma, magnitude of stress at the fillet and factor of safety. That means what is given to you? There is a shaft. A stepped shaft is given to you. One shaft is having a diameter capital D, another shaft is having a diameter small d. Both the shafts are separated by a fillet. And since at this particular cross section, the cross section of the shaft is changing, so this will be the critical point. That means from this particular point, your shaft can fail. Fine. And what is given to you for this fillet cross section? KT value is given to you. That is 1.5. Bending moment. That means due to this bending moment, what will happen in the entire shaft? The entire shaft will be subjected to bending stress. And this bending moment value is given to you. That is MB is 15 Newton meter. Fine. SUT is given to you, that is 200 Newton per millimeter square. Since it is a brittle material, what we need to find out? We need to find out the smaller diameter D of this particular shaft. Maximum stress generated at the fillet cross section. How we can find out? For this fillet cross section, I know that KT is what? KT is equal to sigma max by sigma nominal. So sigma max will be how much? It will be KT into sigma nominal. Then I can get the value of this sigma max at this fillet cross section, as well as I need to find out the value of factor of safety. Is the problem clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how we can proceed? If anyone can suggest how we can proceed. इसके पहले वाले प्रॉब्लम में हमने जो प्रॉब्लम किया उसमें केटी दिया नहीं हुआ था. We found out the value of KT by design data book. अब यहाँ पे KT दे दिया है. कैसे करेंगे सॉल्व? And in the question it has been given to you that the fillet radius फिलेट रेडियस इज हाउ मच, कितना दिया है फिलेट रेडियस, डायग्राम
2
को देख के
mm.
बताओ फिलेट रेडियस
2
2
mm.
is 2 mm and one more thing is given to you, that is 0.25d. अब ये 0.25d क्या है क्वेश्चन में, 0.25 टाइम्स ऑफ d क्या है क्वेश्चन में, देखो यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है दिस पर्टिकुलर डिस्टेंस इज 0.25 टाइम्स ऑफ d, है क्या, दिस इज द थिकनेस ऑफ द प्लेट, कितना थिक है, यहां से तो फिलेट के कारण यहाँ पे क्या सेक्शन रिड्यूस हो गया, कितना रिड्यूस हुआ 0.25 टाइम्स ऑफ d, so this is the thickness. So if I see this diagram I can write, what I can write, this is capital D,
Sir, sound is not
this
coming.
is, हाँ क्या बोल रहे हो,
सर आवाज ब्रेक करके आ रहा था आपका.
ओके तो अभी आ रहा है आवाज,
हाँ सर अब ठीक है.
okay, so what I was telling is the fillet radius is 2 mm and what this value is given to you 0.25d, what is 0.25d, that means this distance is 0.25d, it is what, it is nothing but the thickness, thickness is given 0.25 times of d. So if I extend this line, this capital D line horizontally like this and like this particular length is what, capital D, and from the diagram I can write capital D is equal to how much, equal to 0.25d, 0.25 times of small d
Plus
plus
D.
small d plus क्या,
0.25D.
again 0.25 times of small d, this distance is again the same distance, 0.25 times of small d, 0.25 times of small d, this will be the value of capital D, see 0.25d plus d plus 0.25d, so capital D is 0.25 plus 1 plus 0.25 is 1.5 times of d, or I can write capital D by small d is 1.5, आ गया, is it clear?
यस सर.
फाइन, देखो लास्ट क्वेश्चन में कैपिटल डी बाई स्मॉल डी डायरेक्टली दिया हुआ था डायग्राम में, इस क्वेश्चन में इनडायरेक्ट वे में दिया हुआ है, मैंने ये फॉर्मूला यूज करके, कौन सा फॉर्मूला, दैट इज दिस, ये एक्सप्रेशन यूज किया, डायग्राम को देख के मैंने ये एक्सप्रेशन लिखा, इस एक्सप्रेशन से कैपिटल डी बाई स्मॉल डी का वैल्यू आया, बात आया समझ में, दोनों क्वेश्चन में क्या डिफरेंस है, हेलो,
Yes
यस
sir.
सर. यस सर.
Yes, sir.
so capital D by small d is 1.5 and KT, value of KT is 1.5. So I have to again go back to design data book. I have to again go back to design data book. Fine. अब उसमें मुझे देखना पड़ेगा, मुझे KT दिया हुआ है और कैपिटल D बाई स्मॉल d दिया हुआ है, तो मुझे एक्स एक्सिस वाला जो कंपोनेंट है वो वैल्यू मिल जाएगा, बट
Yes sir.
आई
Small
हैव
D
टू,
by R.
यस स्मॉल आर बाई डी मुझे मिलेगा, स्मॉल आर बाई डी मुझे मिलेगा, फाइन, तो अगर स्मॉल आर बाई डी मुझे मिलेगा, स्मॉल आर ऑलरेडी आई नो दैट इज 2 mm, तो मुझे ये स्मॉल डी का वैल्यू मिल जाएगा, मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा,
Yes sir.
fine, so but the thing is now I have to find out the correct graph from the design data book, ठीक है, क्वेश्चन को ध्यान से देखो, क्वेश्चन में एक शाफ्ट है, उस शाफ्ट में फिलेट लगा हुआ है और उसमें बेंडिंग हो रहा है, तो ऐसा वाला डायग्राम आई हैव टू फाइंड इट आउट फ्रॉम द डिजाइन डेटा बुक, चलो फाइंड आउट करते हैं डिजाइन डेटा बुक में वैसा डायग्राम कौन सा है, ओहो वेट, Yes. So that diagram, क्या वो डायग्राम मैच कर रहा है यहाँ पे इस स्लाइड में किसी भी
Yes, sir.
डेटा
Second graph से.
नहीं?
नो सर,
If you
इसी से भी
second
नहीं।
diagram, in the second diagram, tensile load is acting in the plate. In my question, bending moment is acting, due to which
Yes, sir.
the
Yes, sir.
entire
Yes, sir. Bending
bend.
moment है
So I
उसमें.
will not choose this diagram. आगे बढ़ते हैं। इसमें बताओ कौन सा कोई डायग्राम यूज होगा?
Sir, second वाला sir. ये इसमें bending है.
सेकंड वाला मतलब राइट हैंड साइड।
Yes,
राइट
sir.
हैंड साइड सही है। बाकी लोग क्या बोलते हैं? With the help of right hand side diagram, I can find out the value of small r by d. Is it correct?
यस सर।
Yes, because if you see, in my question, a stepped shaft is given to me. Fillet is also there, as well as the shaft is undergoing bending moment. That means this particular diagram is correct. And for that, the nominal stress value is what? Since the shaft is subjected to bending moment, so I can use the bending equation, that is M by I equal to sigma by Y equal to E by R. From that expression, I got the value of nominal stress as MB into Y by I. And what is this Y? This Y will be which value? Capital D by 2 or small d by 2 from the neutral axis? कौन सा होगा? Value of Y will be small d by 2 or capital D by 2? कौन सा लूंगा? And the value of I is, since it is a circular cross section, so I will be pi by 64 into d to the power 4. But कौन सा d to the power 4? Capital D to the power 4 or small d to the power 4? बोलो.
सर स्मॉल।
Yes, because this small diameter, if you take this particular cross-sectional area, then this sigma naught will be maximum. So this value of y will be small d by 2 and value of I will be pi by 64 small d to the power 4. Fine. So in my problem, kt is given. कितना है kt? That is kt is 1.5. Please take a note down of this kt value. Kt is 1.5 and capital D by small d is 1.5. So yes, kt is 1.5. That means this will be the value of kt. होगा कि नहीं होगा?
यस सर।
ये पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट kt होगा 1.5 and capital D by small d is 1.5. 1.5 है
इक्वल
ना?
टू सर फोर्थ लाइन।
Capital D by small d is hello.
Yes, sir.
Capital D by small d is 1.5. That means कौन सा वाला ग्राफ? अगर मैं ऊपर से आऊं तो फर्स्ट, सेकेंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ, ये वाला ग्राफ ऊपर से फोर्थ होगा कि नहीं होगा?
हाँ सर, ये
Yes, sir.
So
D by D is 1.5.
ये वाला ग्राफ, ये ऐसा ग्राफ इधर आ रहा है, this ये वाला ग्राफ. So from this particular value of kt, if I go along x-axis right direction till this particular point, and from this particular point, if I go downward, vertically downward, then I can get the value of small r by d. मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा?
Yes, sir.
हेलो, ये होगा small r by d and this small r by d is coming near about equal to 0.11 के आसपास आ रहा है. देख लेते हैं एक बार. small r by d, yes, near about 0.10 and 0.12 के बीच में है, that is 0.11. करेक्ट. Is it clear? Small r by d is coming out to be 0.11. This particular value is 0.11. क्या ये clear है?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So
सर ऊपर के इक्वेशन में
हाँ बोलो.
सर वो डायग्राम पीछे वाला निकलिए. ये नहीं सर.
हाँ ये डायग्राम है.
सर इक्वेशन
क्वेश्चन वाला डायग्राम.
नहीं सर, इसी का जो ऊपर में इक्वेशन लिखा हुआ है उसमें y डायरेक्टली
हाँ.
प्रोपोर्शनल है सर. ऊपर वाला y डायरेक्टली
हाँ.
प्रोपोर्शनल है सिग्मा 0 पे, तो हम
Y
लोग
is
y का वैल्यू
proportional to sigma naught. I is inversely proportional to sigma naught. ठीक है.
तो y का वैल्यू हम लोग कैपिटल लेंगे तब तो वो ज्यादा होगा ना.
नो आप कैसे ले सकते हो? आप तो क्रॉस सेक्शन आपके बॉडी में बेंडिंग हो रहा है. ठीक है, तो आप जिस पर्टिकुलर क्रॉस सेक्शन के लिए आई लोगे उसी पर्टिकुलर क्रॉस सेक्शन के लिए तो आपको वाई लेना पड़ेगा. बिकॉज ये जो स्मॉल डी है ये कहां से आया? जब आपने कैपिटल डी के बाद एक फिलेट यूज किया तब जाके क्रॉस सेक्शन आपका चेंज हुआ, तब जाके वो स्मॉल डी बना. तो ये जो फिलेट मतलब क्या? आप क्रॉस सेक्शन को कम कर रहे हो. कम किया तो आपका क्रॉस सेक्शन चेंज होकर स्मॉल डी हुआ. तो वाई में कैसे कैपिटल डी ले सकता हूं? आई कैन नॉट टेक द वैल्यू ऑफ वाई एज कैपिटल डी. इट विल बी स्मॉल डी बाय 2. ठीक है. हेलो.
यस सर.
Fine. So I got the value of kt, that is 0.11. The value of kt कहाँ गया? Yes. So value of small r by d is 0.11 and small r is given to you in the problem. Small r is what? 2 mm. So 2 divided by d equal to 0.11. So d will be what? 2 divided by 0.11. D will be 2 divided by 0.11 and that value of small d is coming out to be 18.18 mm. The first part of the answer, that is the small diameter d of the shaft. क्या ये clear हुआ first part?
Yes, sir.
कोई डाउट किसी को? स्मॉल डी कैसे निकला? हम इस क्वेश्चन में what we are doing? We are doing everything in reverse manner. In the previous question, everything we were doing in forward manner. We were first finding out the value of kt, small r by d was given, capital D by d was given. In this question, kt is given. Capital D by d we have found out from the diagram. Small r by d we have found out from design data book. And then we are getting the value of small d. Fine. Okay. Next is what? Next is I need to find out the value of sigma max. That is the magnitude of stress at the fillet. At the fillet, I need to find out the value of magnitude of stress. How I will find out? I know that kt is sigma max by sigma nominal. So sigma max will be kt into sigma nominal. Sigma max will be kt into sigma nominal. Sigma nominal is m into y by I. Y is small d by 2. I is pi by 64 d to the power 4. This will get cancelled out. This d and this will get cancelled out. It will become d cube. And this is 2 into this will be 32. If you cross multiply it, your expression becomes sigma nominal equal to this 32 into mb by pi into d cube. mb already we know that is how much? That is 15 Newton meter. mb is 15 Newton meter divided by pi into d cube. D already we have found out, that is 18.18 mm. You will get the value of sigma nominal, that is coming out to be 25.42 Newton per millimeter square. Is it clear? Sigma nominal कैसे आया? कोई डाउट किसी को? कोई डाउट किसी को सिग्मा नॉमिनल में?
No sir.
Hello. Okay, so once we have found out the value of sigma nominal, we know that kt is sigma max by sigma nominal. So sigma max will be kt into sigma nominal. KT already we have found out from the design data book, that is 1.5. 1.5 into sigma nominal is 25.42. So the maximum magnitude of stress generated at the fillet portion comes out to be 38.14 Newton per millimeter square. Is it clear? कोई डाउट किसी को?
नो
सर
सर।
इसमें सिग्मा मैक्स क्यों निकाले हम लोग?
Because if you are the design engineer, sigma nominal will not help you, because sigma nominal is not the maximum stress. Then if you are giving this component to some of your customer, then that customer will don't know that how much is the maximum stress. He will apply load at any particular point in the component. Then you have to tell him that the maximum stress generated is 38.14 Newton per millimeter square, and this stress is critical at the fillet region. So while using this component for some daily purpose uses, you have to keep in mind, or you should take care at this fillet cross section, that this fillet cross section should not be overloaded. So that's why I have found out the value of sigma max. Is it clear? Fine. Okay. So we found out the value of sigma max. We got the value of D. Next is, lastly, we need to find out the value of factor of safety. What is factor of safety? I know that factor of safety is failure stress by allowable stress. Failure stress is what? Is the component is made up of which material? It is made up of brittle material, for which SUT is given to me, that is 200 Newton per millimeter square. So SUT will be the failure stress. So 200 divided by maximum, sigma max. Sigma max is divided by allowable stress. What is allowable stress? Allowable stress is nothing but the maximum stress generated in the problem, that is 38.14. Solve it, you will get the value of factor of safety, that is 5.24. So this is the second problem. कोई डाउट किसी को इस प्रॉब्लम में?
नहीं सर.
Fine, okay. Remember one thing I forgot to tell you, that whenever you are using any values or you are finding out any value from design data book, you have to write down the page number as well as the topic. For example, the value of small r by d is how much? 0.11. So how you have to write down? You have to write down that from design data book, page number 7.14 for round shaft with a shoulder fillet in bending. See, this is page number 7.14. Fine. So for round shaft with shoulder fillet in bending corresponding to KT equal to 1.5 and capital D by small d equal to 1.5, we got small r by d equal to 0.16. You have to write it down every time whenever you are using any data from the design data book, whether you are using in this module or you are using in some other module. Every time you have to write it down. If you won't write it down, I don't know, because I am the designer. I don't know that from where you have taken this data. So you will lose marks. 1 or 2 marks you will lose. So every time whenever you are using any data from design data book, you have to mention the page number as well as you have to mention the heading, that from which heading you have taken that data. Is it clear? कोई डाउट किसी को? Hello.
नहीं सर, clear.
Okay, fine. So let us solve the third problem. Today we will be solving 4 problems, and these 4 problems will be enough to understand the topic of this stress concentration. Fine. So should I move forward with the third problem?
Yes, sir.
Or
Yes.
you need a break? Or you need a break? You need a break, or should I move forward?
Sir, you can continue.
What I will do is that I will try to complete it by 11 a.m. Then remaining 20 minutes you can have a break, and then from 11:30 onwards you can start the next lecture. Fine.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So if I take a break, then what will happen that the discontinuity will break, and it will be difficult for you to understand. So let me continue. I will try to complete it by 11 or 11:10. Fine. Then you will have some time to get the break. Okay. Let us solve the third problem. Now this problem you will solve. I won't solve because I have shown you the first and the second problem. Fine. So let us read the problem. What is the problem? The problem is a beam supporting a load of 2.5 kilonewton is shown in the figure. The beam is made up of brittle material with an ultimate tensile strength of 300 Newton per millimeter square. That means this value 300 Newton per millimeter square is nothing but SUT. Factor of safety is 3. Determine the dimensions of the beam. That means you can see this is a beam. The beam is supported at two ends by a support. That means this beam is nothing but a simply supported beam. And in this beam, a stress concentration is there. And that stress concentration is at a distance of 350 mm from the left hand side. You can see this is that stress concentration. A fillet has been added over here, as well as at a distance of 350 plus 350. That means how much?
650.
50 mm. Again one stress concentration region is there. Again one fillet is there. And the overall length of the beam is how much? 1000 mm. Fine. This particular cross section of the beam and this particular cross section of the beam is identical in nature. No need to calculate or no need to analyze both the part of the beam. So what we will do, we will analyze any one part of the beam. Fine. And is having a diameter d. Since there is an abrupt change in the cross section and the fillet is of increasing radius in nature, so the middle portion of the beam is of larger diameter, that is 1.1 times of d. So if this is a simply supported beam which is supported at both the ends, this end there will be one reaction from the support. Assume that this end of the beam is A. Assume that this end of the beam is B. Similarly, at the other end of the beam, due to the support will exert some reaction, say RB, on this beam. Fine. We need to find out the value of small d. How we can find out? We know that in this beam, due to this 2.5 kilonewton load, the beam will bend. The entire beam will bend. Fine. So first of all, I need to calculate the value of this RA and RB. Fine. Then you see this RA into this 350 mm. It is creating an clockwise moment. So beam will bend like this. That is sagging bending will happen. And this RA into 350 at the middle section. Middle section will be 350 plus 300 by 2. 300 by 2 is 150 plus 350. That is 500. That means RA into 500. This RA into 500 will again try to bend this beam from the middle section. That means the stress is critical at two sections. First section is the fillet section. Second section is the middle cross section. For both the two cases, I have to find out the values of KT. Then I will use KT equal to sigma max by sigma nominal. I will find out the value of sigma max. The portion for which sigma max is maximum that portion we will take and we will equate it with the allowable stress of the beam, and we will get the value of the diameter of the beam D. Is it clear? क्या प्रोसेस समझ में आया? Hello.
Yes, sir. It is clear, sir.
Fine. Okay. So very first step is calculation of permissible stress of the problem. That permissible stress is how we can calculate. We know since factor of safety is given, so factor of safety is equal to failure stress by allowable stress. Fine. Failure stress is what? Failure stress is nothing but SUT value, and that SUT value is 300 Newton per millimeter square divided by allowable stress. That I need to find out. Just cross multiply it. So allowable stress is failure stress by factor of safety, and factor of safety is 3. So permissible stress in the entire problem is how much? 300 by 3, that is 100 Newton per millimeter square. That means the maximum permissible bending stress for this entire problem is 100 Newton per mm square. And this 100 Newton per mm square, I have to equate it with either the maximum stress generated at the fillet cross section, maximum bending stress generated at the fillet cross section, or the maximum bending stress generated at the middle cross section of the beam. Yes or no? Is it clear? कोई doubt?
No doubt,
Hello.
sir.
Okay, so since it is a simply supported beam, the entire length of the beam is how much? 350 plus 300 plus 350, that is 1000 mm. Fine. These external supports will give a reaction to the beam. If this is end A, the reaction will be RA. If this is end B, reaction will be RB acting vertically upward. See, RA and RB. I need to find out the values of RA and RB. What we can do? We can write the equations of equilibrium as summation of all the forces along y direction is equal to 0. That means RA plus RB is equal to 2.5 into 10 to the power 3 plus RA plus RB minus 2.5 kilonewton. This is equation number 1. Secondly, either you take moment about point A or you take moment about point B. You will get the unknown one value of the reaction. So I have taken what? I have taken moment about point B. If I take moment about point B, then this RA into 1000 will create what? RA into 1000 will create a sagging bending moment, and by sign convention we know that sagging bending moment is positive. So RA into 1000 and this 2.5 into this middle distance. That means 2.5 into how much? 500. 2.5 into 2.5 into 500. That will try to create a hogging bending moment. That will be negative. So it will be RA into 1000 minus 2.5 into 10 to the power 3 kilonewton to Newton into 500 equal to 0. You will get the value of RA, and that RA is 1250 Newton. Substitute this RA in equation number 1, you will get the value of RB. RA and RB both are same and coming out to be 1250 Newton. Is it clear? कोई डाउट किसी को? Hello.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear है, RA and RB आ गया. Now since I have told you that in this problem bending is happening throughout the time, whether you take this fillet cross section beam or you take the middle cross section of the beam, fine. So bending stress, due to this bending moment, bending stress will act. bending stress at the fillet cross section, and this is your what? This is your nominal stress. That is what? That is given by M by Y. That is M by I equal to sigma by Y is equal to M by I equal to E by R. E by R I don't need. So sigma is equal to M into Y by I. Y will be what? Y will be D by 2. And I will be again pi by 64 d to the power 4. And if you solve this expression, this 2 will be 232 the 64. Finally, you will get this expression, that is sigma bending is 32 mb by pi d cube. Fine. So if I take the bending stress at fillet cross section, so this is my fillet. This is my fillet. So bending moment will be RA into this distance, that is 350. RA is 1250 into 350 by pi d cube. So nominal bending stress at the fillet cross section is how much? 44. If you multiply this expression, you will get 4456338.407 upon d cube Newton per millimeter square. Is it clear? Is it clear? Sigma bending nominal 4456338.407 upon d cube Newton per mm square. Fine. Now I know since at this in this cross section of the beam fillet is present, so I have to take in account the stress concentration factor, and I know that stress concentration factor Kt is what? It is sigma max by sigma nominal. Sigma nominal for fillet cross section I have found out. I need to get the value of sigma max, that will be Kt into this sigma bending nominal, but Kt I need to find out. So for that I have to again go back to my design data book and I have to select the correct graph. So see, in this problem what is happening? In this problem, due to this 2.5 kilonewton load, the entire beam is bending. So I have to choose the correct figure from the design data book to find out the value of Kt for the at this fillet cross section. So let us find out. Tell me whether we will choose this particular page for finding out the value of Kt.
No, sir.
Hello. No. Correct. Whether we will choose any one of the diagram to find out the value of Kt in this slide. Hello.
Sir, second one. Bending is
Second
there.
one.
Second one, yes, because in my problem, due to that 2.5 kilonewton load, the entire beam is bending. That means the entire beam will be subjected to bending moment. This is the bending moment. So this particular diagram we will use to find out the value of Kt. So how I will find out the value of Kt? For that I need small r by d and I need capital D by d. So just quickly tell me from the diagram of the question, what is the value of capital D by d and what is the value of small r by d? Yes, wait. Tell me, what is the value of capital D by d? What is the value of capital D by d? This is
1.1.
small. This is capital D. And capital D is equal to 1.1 times of D. So capital D by small d equal to 1.1. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Capital D by d equal to 1.1. Now tell me what is the value of small r by d from this problem? Tell me the
Sir,
value of
0.1.
small r by d. Yes,
0.1 mm.
we know that small r is nothing but fillet radius, and this small r is 0.1 times of d. So small r by d is equal to 0.1. See, small r by capital D by D 1.1, small r by D 0.1. So from design data book, page number 7.14, for shaft with shoulder fillet in bending, capital D by D 1.1 and small r by D 0.1, corresponding value of KT. So let us find out. Capital D by small d is 1.1. That means this value. This is my capital D by D 1.1. That means which graph? If I count from the top, it will be first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth graph from the top. Yes or no? This graph. Is it clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Is it clear? This graph I have to take. And what is the value of small r by d? Just now I have told you the value of small r by d. It is how much?
So 0.1.
0.1. 0.1 matlab this particular point. So if this is the graph is this one, from 0.1 I have to go vertically upward till capital D by small d 1.1. Then from this point I have to go along negative x direction like this. This value will be your near about KT value, and that KT value comes out to be 1.48. That KT value near about comes out to be 1.48. See? Yes. This is 1.4. This middle value will be 1.5. Near about equal to 1.48. Is it clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. KT is 1.48. So I got the value of KT. KT I got 1.48. Now I know KT equal to sigma max by sigma nominal. Sigma nominal is this one, 4456338.407 by d cube for fillet cross section. KT is 1.48. I will get the value of sigma max. Sigma max is 6595380.842 upon d cube Newton per mm square. Equation number 2. This is the maximum stress generated at the fillet cross section of the beam. Is it clear? क्या ये clear हुआ equation number 2? कोई doubt?
No, sir.
So we have found out the value of sigma max for the fillet cross section. Now it is again from the diagram very much clear that due to this 2.5 kilonewton load acting vertically downward from the center of the beam, so the beam can fail or can get cracked from the center portion also. So for this central portion of this beam also I need to find out the value of sigma max. Again I know that KT is equal to sigma max by sigma nominal. First find out the value of sigma nominal, then find out the value of KT from the design data book, multiply it with sigma nominal, you will get the value of sigma max. So let us find out the value of sigma nominal for the mid span of the beam. Bending stress for the mid span of the beam. Again, it will be 32 into mb by pi d cube. Now, what is the bending moment? Now, the bending moment will be for middle portion. For the middle portion, the bending moment now it will be RA into this distance. And this distance will be 350 plus 300 by 2. This is 300 by 2 is 150. So 350 plus 150 is 500.
500.
So this RA into 500 will create a bending moment, and this bending moment will create a bending stress at the midsection of the beam. Is it clear? So I will take MB as RA into 500. क्या ये क्लियर है? दिस वैल्यू ऑफ MB विल बी RA 1250 into 500. क्या ये क्लियर है? हेलो.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So just so 32 into MB. MB is what? 1250 into 500 divided by pi d cube. Now can you tell me from the diagram what is the value of D for the mid cross section? What is the value of diameter of the shaft for the mid cross section of the beam?
1.1 D.
Yes, you will not take it as small d. Now you are analyzing the bending stress generated due to 2.5 kilonewton load at the mid cross section of the beam, and the mid cross section of the beam is having a diameter 1.1 times of d. Remember this thing in mind in this question. See, though the diameter d will be how much? It is 1.1 times of d whole cube. It is not d. Is the statement clear? Is this line clear? Why I have written
Yes, sir.
1.1 times of d? Why I have not taken d? यहाँ पे ही गलती होगा, इसलिए मैंने बोल दिया यहाँ पे. Fine. Remaining thing is same. Just solve it. You will get the value of nominal bending stress, and that stress comes out to be 4783018.575 by d cube Newton per mm square. Is it clear? This sigma bending nominal bending stress, the mid span of the beam. क्या ये clear है? Hello.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Fine. Okay. So since we got the value of sigma nominal, now we can find out the value of KT. KT is sigma max by sigma nominal. Can you tell me for the mid cross section of the beam, what is the value of stress concentration factor KT? सबसे पहले तो ये बोलो कि KT होगा या नहीं होगा, स्ट्रेस कॉन्सेंट्रेशन होगा या नहीं होगा मिड क्रॉस सेक्शन पे?
सर नहीं होगा.
नहीं होगा. ओके, बाकी लोग बोलो कुछ आंसर. दो लोगों ने बोला नहीं होगा, बाकी लोग का आंसर सुनना चाहता हूं मैं. तब मुझे समझ में आएगा कि हाँ आपको समझ में आया है स्ट्रेस कॉन्सेंट्रेशन का कॉन्सेप्ट. I need to find out again the maximum bending stress at the mid span of the beam, and I know maximum bending stress is KT into nominal bending stress. Nominal bending stress for the mid span I have calculated. Fine. I want to calculate maximum bending stress. That will be KT into sigma nominal. That means I have to find out the value of KT somehow from the design data book. So my question is, for the middle cross section of the beam, will there be any stress concentration? Yes or no? Stress concentration होगा या नहीं होगा middle cross section पे, mid span of the beam पे?
No, sir.
There will not be any kind of stress concentration. Why? Because see, stress concentration means abrupt change in localization of high stresses due to abrupt change in the cross section of the structure. In this structure, abrupt cross section is in this particular D diameter cross section. This is the middle section of the beam. In the middle section of the beam, neither there is a cut, nor there is a hole, neither there is a notch, nor there is any kind of screw thread. So there will be no stress concentration. If there is no stress concentration, value of KT will be what? It will be 1. If the value of KT is 1, then sigma max will be equal to nominal bending stress. Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So there will be no stress concentration. So sigma max will be sigma nominal. So KT is what? KT is sigma max by sigma nominal. If KT is 1, sigma max is equal to sigma nominal. So the maximum bending stress generated at the mid portion of the beam will be nothing but this particular value, that is 4783018.575 by d cube Newton per millimeter square. Now you have to check that maximum stress is more at which cross section of the beam. It is at the fillet cross section of the beam or at the mid span of the beam. किसमें स्ट्रेस ज्यादा है? फिलेट क्रॉस सेक्शन पे बीम का स्ट्रेस ज्यादा है बेंडिंग स्ट्रेस या मिड सेक्शन पे बेंडिंग स्ट्रेस ज्यादा है? कहां पे ज्यादा है? This is for fillet and this is for mid span of the beam. किसमें बेंडिंग स्ट्रेस ज्यादा है?
Fillet.
ज्यादा है because this particular value is much more than this particular value. Whatever be the value of d, when you will divide sigma max, well, whatever value will come, it will be much greater than this sigma max value. So I have to equate this sigma max value. That means the maximum bending stress generated at the fillet cross section with the permissible stress of the problem, and that is say that is your 6595380.842 upon d cube equal to 300 by 3, that is 100 Newton per mm square. Fine. Solve this expression, take the cube root, you will get the value of the diameter d of the beam to be 40.40 mm. That means while designing this particular component, while designing this particular type of beam, which consists stress concentration, minimum diameter of the shaft should be 40.40 mm. Not less than 40.40 mm. If you make the diameter of the shaft less than 40.40 mm, your shaft will fail due to stress concentration. Is it clear? Any doubt? Hello.
No, sir.
Other people, please respond whether this problem is clear or not.
Clear, sir.
Clear hai?
Yes,
Okay.
sir, clear.
So I think today I will not solve this fourth problem. So what we will do is that we will stop the class over here itself. Again, we will meet on Thursday. On Thursday, we will solve this fourth problem. With that, we will complete this stress concentration part, and we will move on to the next part of this module. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So with this, I am ending today's lecture over here only. If anyone is left to give his or her attendance, you can give your attendance, or else you can leave the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. I am here. I am in this meeting for. I will be here in this meeting for 2 minutes. If anybody is having any kind of doubt, you can ask, or else you can leave the meeting after giving the attendance. Thank you.